The undefined gaps determine almost everything in life. You have to stay with me to understand this one. My name is Calvin, and I am on my 30 to 60 day monk mode journey. I'm learning how to listen to my mind, lead by my spirit, and stay true to the person that I am. So my whole life, I've been trying to figure out what makes a person good and what makes a person not good. So I'm not going to scale this in terms of finance or physique or how somebody looks, because I feel like the factors that it can be scaled upon is quite a lot. So I'm just going to say what makes a person good and what makes a person not good, right? And in my mind, there's always been, there has always been cracks, understand? And just thinking about it yesterday, I actually got a name for it. But before we get into that, I want us to look at a specific word so that we can understand what I'm about to say going forward. So the word that we're looking at now is going to be gaps. That is GAPS, right? And it does have, it's got two definitions. So the first one is a break or hole. A break or a hole in an object, or it's basically empty space between two objects, right? A pass or a way through a range or whatever. So it's basically it's basically a space between two objects. So the second definition is still a space or an interval, a break in continuity. All right. So this is the gap that we have per the dictionary. Now hear what I gotta say about the gap, bro. I'm gonna try to put this in the best way possible. I feel like in life, there's these small spaces, right? Small spaces. So now, if we take the definition, we can put you on the other side and we can put life on the other side. But there's this space in the middle, which I define as the gap, right? It'll be easier explained in an analogy. People that end up succeeding in life and actually like really reaching their goals, I feel like these are the people that look into the gaps, because no one else looks into the gaps. So in the gaps, you find answers that not a lot of people are able to find. Are you actually still with me? And when you find these answers, people start to look at you in a certain way. They start to lionize you and say, hey, you're Elon Musk, you're getting us to space or whatever. Do you understand? Because you keep finding these gems within the gaps. And that's my conclusion, bro. Like, if I make another analogy with the gaps is, bro, one person can win the lottery, right? And another person can also win the lottery. I'm not going to put in the social class right here. One person can look through the gaps and say, okay, there's a possibility that something could happen. I need to look at the gaps of, I can't purchase a house because there's interest rates. Maybe I will not afford the house. He looks through all of those small gaps, and he tries to kind of like fill them with information so that he's able to like execute, or he gets information from the gaps. Whereas on the other side, you've got the other guy that wins a lotto. He doesn't look at the gaps. He just goes and he starts spending. He spends. And with the guy that looks at the gaps, he will probably be able to like 10x or 100x his money because he looked at the gaps. The other one is gonna basically lose everything. And I feel like just with that one analogy or those two analogies, it's exactly like that in life, bro. We need to not be looking beyond. Whoa, wait. We need to look at everything that nobody else is looking at. And I feel like that's where we get the answers. I mean, I got this answer by looking at the gap within myself. And I started realizing, I'm like, no, man. There's people operating in gaps. If you just take this concept and you just expand it to an extremely huge magnitude, and you just look at every single thing in life that is successful, that is a discovery, it can fall under this theory of gaps. So I feel like if you've got a business, if you're trying to get an idea that really like rocks, then you need to be looking at the gaps. It's like I think something else that led me closer to this thought is the competition is for losers theory by Peter Thiel. So Peter Thiel is the person that started PayPal with Elon Musk, right? So what he says is you shouldn't go into an overcrowded market with the same idea, because your chances of losing are they're high. That product already exists. But when you go into your own field, uncharted territory, and you create your own rules and you create your own thing, then that's when you can succeed. Look at Apple, bro. Like, look at big companies. They don't go with the flow, but they actually go into the gaps. Dude, I don't know, like, this concept for me, I feel like one day they'll say the gap theory by Calvin. Yeah, no, but in your day-to-day, look for gaps, and hit me up on your in my comments, bro, and just tell me that, hey, I found this gap, and tell me what that gap does for you. This is a concept that came to me today while I was looking inside of myself, and it made so much sense for me. So I felt like today's journal had to be about gaps, because this is a lesson that we can actually take with us, and we can literally achieve everything that we want, everything that we desire, because I feel like it's universal. It's not only applicable to businesses, but you can use it to yourself. You can use it when you're trying to like mac on girls. You can find gaps, like what's a gap between all of the guys? All guys say this, and you just find the gap and you say something different. So I hope this will be something for you. I hope you'll actually put this in your arsenal and be able to use it as a weapon, because that's exactly what I am doing. But for today, man, I'm psyched. I'm taking you out of my mind. Go back to your mind, and if you fully want to get it again, I'm not sure if you are going to get it, because I'm struggling to get it. I'm struggling to think that I really made sense. Go back to this video again, and then now you can watch it with your own perspective and think that I don't know, incorporate your own thoughts, and maybe you can actually make the theory greater and more useful on your end. My name is Kelvin, and thank you for being with me.